Hey everybody, my name's Austin McKay, and I'm responding to the first week's discussion post. Um, Fair warning, this is my 15th time trying to record this. Something goes wrong every time, um, but we're just gonna dive in and see what we get. So what I researched and planned on discussing is a bit about the bathroom bill. Now, if nobody has heard about this, I'll just go into a little bit of background. It's also known as the Texas Privacy Act, or SB6, and in North Carolina it's known as HB2. Now, the reasons why I stated Texas and North Carolina is because this bill was passed in both states, and is in effect in both of these states. It was proposed in 14 other states, Tennessee included, as well as a few out west, Washington, Wyoming, and New York. The majority, however, were southern states. So what this bill is proposed to do, it restricts the freedom to choose or to have a preference on which public facility, primarily bathrooms, to the transgender community. So specifically in North Carolina, transgender people, it requires transgender people to use the bathroom that matches their gender on their birth certificate. Now, the bill in Texas is a bit different. This requires transgender people to use the bathroom that matches their biological sex. And the bathroom bill is only enforced in public facilities that are government owned, like any state agencies, local government offices, public schools, and state universities. And this is consistent between both of the bills in both states. However, in Texas, there is one exemption for publicly owned stadiums, convention centers, performance venues, and in these places, if they're privately leased, they can be, the authority for the bill can be exempt. In terms of punishment for those who may break these laws, they're not considered criminal offenses. They're simply civil offenses, and there's not any specific punishments that I found that were outlined in these bills. But in North Carolina, it would be considered a misdemeanor, and the maximum fine for any Class C misdemeanor is $200. And in Texas, there's an option for the Attorney General to fine a government-owned facility for not being in line with the legislation. So it's not saying anything about the individual, but a government-owned facility that would have to be that would be fined for not being not enforcing the bill. And that fine could reach anywhere from $1,000 to $10,500. So yeah, it was really interesting looking into this issue, because it is a political issue, but also a social issue. And the reason I didn't want to make a real strong opinion on it is because making opinions on political and social issues right now kind of gets a lot of people up in arms, and I don't like doing that on any social forums. I don't do that on Facebook or even here in the discussion post. I don't want to make an opinion on anything political. But I thought it was very interesting. It's an interesting discussion to have. I think it's very interesting that this is what makes news now, and this is something that it has a lot of importance to it, but it's a pretty simple thing where people go to the bathroom. You know, I don't know. Interesting that there's been so much importance placed on this issue that seems like it should be very simple. So yeah, that's about all I have. This was kind of fun. It's kind of weird, but it was kind of fun, and I'm looking forward to the rest of you posting your discussion posts, and looking forward to your responses. Thanks.